Why, hello there. Welcome to my daily long play stream. This is why I do a playthrough of my current game for a couple hours a day, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time from Wednesday through Sunday. It's deja vu again as I'm back playing Alan Wake 2 on the Xbox Series X, and I'm doing the final draft mode. This is basically the New Game Plus mode. I'm not sure if I've ever done a New Game Plus in my stream before. I don't think I have. But from what I've read, I have not actually read any of the specific details, but I read that there is like actual new story content in this New Game Plus mode that actually supposedly connects it directly to both a potential Alan Wake 3 and a Control 2, both of which are supposedly either in development or will be in development at some point. Maybe even something connecting it directly to Max Payne? I don't know. But I am here. I am starting up this game, and I'm hoping that I can benefit from my memory of how to play this to get this game over with in time for Persona 3 Reload to come out, which is like February 2nd or 3rd or something. So I'm going to pop in and start the final draft. I'm just going to stick to normal mode because I'm not insane anymore. I'm not going for the extreme difficulty. I suppose I could have switched it to story, but
Back to the beginning, with the memory of the past loop already fading fast. But while it lingers, I know there's hope. We're not doomed to repeat our failures in an eternal loop. This is a spiral.
You know, a spiral suggests downward movement, that things are getting worse. Just saying. Of course, then again, a spiral could be upward or downward.
Poet once said, "Beyond the shadow you settle for, there is a miracle illuminated. I will not settle for a shadow. I'll find the miracle through the night."
So yeah, I'll probably end up using a guide for like, just to speed up the process, because like I've already dipped into using a guide for some things the first stream.
We can find our way through the darkness. We will break through the surface.
If I find myself having difficulty, I'll just find something that'll help me push through it. It's not ideal, but I am sort of crossing into kind of uncharted waters here with a first New Game Plus stream I've done on this channel, I think. In any case, yeah. Well, I suppose, maybe all the streams I did of, what was that game, that 2D game I suddenly can't remember. That roguelike game, Dead Cells? I suppose that any roguelike game is technically a New Game Plus. Oh, here we go. This is Nightingale, the federal FBI agent. Excuse me, the FBI agent who was yelling at you the whole time in the first Max Payne. He is like the first character you play as in the game, and the first murder victim.
Where'd he go?
Remember when I did a 4K HDR upload of this game, I had the brightness settings way too low. I could not see anything in this sequence. Could not tell where I was supposed to go. I couldn't do anything. It was bad. Ideally, I probably should have re-uploaded. Oh dear. I probably should have re-uploaded that video. But, oh, unfortunately, I did not actually do an upload this week. I had kind of a crappy start to the day yesterday, and the stuff I had to do, I just didn't do it. I don't know. I'm hoping I can get through this second playthrough of this game more quickly, a lot more quickly than the first. But I can tell I basically have 2 streaming weeks to get through this game before the Persona 3 remake called Persona 3 Reload comes out. And I do want to play that. I'm probably not going to stop playing this game once it comes out in order to start that, because, like, I do want to finish this, but I'm going to make it my goal to try to get it done a lot quicker. Okay. See if I can make it any further. No. I was just basically delaying the inevitable, as there's no actual way to escape that situation. It's interesting just how many questions I had at the beginning of this game actually got answered later on. Like, what kind of a cult refers to himself as a cult? Getting your heart cut out, that's a pretty brutal way to go. Kinda sounds like the music from Papers, Please. There. Those musical notes, anyway.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo.
Not using hands-free set.
Try cheering up.
Not using a hand-free set there. I'd get in trouble where I live.
Wonder where she gets that from.
Synchronized coffee drinking.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are.
This could also serve as a fairly effective test of my memory.
Time to get to work.
Now, if I remember correctly, I don't think there's any combat in this
The
initial
deputy was
area.
supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Invitation. Of course, the fact that there are... Oh, yeah, I need to check for...
I think I hear someone. Could
The
be
fact
our
that there
deputy.
are new
Go take a look.
story elements in this game means that
Hey, over here.
it's not exactly just a new game
Casey,
plus.
Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, The federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Great. Alright, let's take a look at the
I want
body.
to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Great.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Maybe
The abrupt interruption
mind
of me
quiz.
running.
my version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
I wonder if these are pictures of like the crew or something. Or maybe the cast. Probably not the cast. Also, ideally, I don't know if it's going to be possible or even realistic. I would like to see if I can wrap up anything I missed the first time. Here's the map. Obviously, it's going to be areas I can't get into. Here's all the radial stuff. You know, apparently I missed one of the various artists somehow. I don't know.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene. Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Real funny, Anderson.
It's kind of a mean thing to say, actually, but whatever. I think it'd be
Stairs
better
are out.
if you're actually thinking
You
of
okay to go
retiring
down?
to say, you know what? Instead of taking this last case, I'm just going to retire and skip it. I've seen enough. Have someone else do it. But don't, like, do that in such a way that you know that your previous case was the last case. Just say, you get your just when you get your next case, say, nope, not doing it, retiring, bye. I'll take my dumb, cheap coffee mug you can give me as a gift and
Gives me a
go
headache.
home and never come back.
Sky.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Try explaining it one more time. How much clearer can I make it, Mulligan?
You know, I feel like there was always just like one more thing I could have explored at the murder site that I could never find. Maybe I'll be able to do it
Deputy
here.
Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
And I can't remember Saga Anderson wears his
Now,
FBI
this is the
jacket
scene
the whole
of the
time or
crime.
not.
We found him on the table. Now, he didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay.
You know,
Let's
I don't
try
think she ever
examining this.
agreed to that bet.
Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Step 1. Examine the corpse. Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence? The killer left the heart right next to the body.
Tied
Bruising on the wrist from
hands.
the cargo straps holding him down. Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. Heart removed from chest. Strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Did we ever find out about these other murders that they were investigating?
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
Yeah, it's a lot of beer. Maybe.
Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Boot prints indicating multiple killers.
Yep.
Quite the party.
It's not a party unless someone shows up dead. What? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Okay, so like whatever new evidence there is, I'm supposed to get it out of this guy.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale. Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Okay. What do you got for
So
me?
you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
So what happened to
Little
Nightingale? after the
weird
funeral?
audio glitch. It's like he slows down when he says that.
Passion led to booze, booze led
Like
to
there's some problem with the recording.
He got some wild ideas in his head. Chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the FBI rarely
think that's
investigate
everything.
cases that involve happy
now, at
endings.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it.
The whole need to think about it is a very obvious clue of going into the Mind Palace. So let's go do that.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Now I know a lot more about how this whole setup works.
They planned for
Like
the
when
murder to
it's
happen here.
those
Passing the time
pieces
with
of
equipment
paper are
ready.
yellow, that means there's still
They
more
were
to be
waiting
found.
for him.
If they're white, that means
But
they've
why
been cleared.
Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now?
Why not?
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Still not entirely sure how she's able to do this other than like, oh, the magic, I don't know, powers.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
So that would have been Mr. Scratch.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. A Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll...
Just want to make sure that there's nothing else to investigate around. I think we'd come back here later.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction.
You have to hold down the back button in order to access the map without going to the Mind Palace first.
They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to
I still
hear
call
what
it the
you've
back
learned so
Sure.
button.
It's
I know
not
it hasn't been that
complicated.
way in 2 generations.
Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude.
It's 3
Killers knew he
generations,
was here.
2 generations ago, but still.
Dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Forgot that you have to back out in order to actually collect it.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm. Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. A witch with no heart. A strange echo of owl murder. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Alright, fine.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
So yeah, so that's like the difference between this New Game Plus and the typical one, is that you're not just going in with like all of your upgrades and such, but you're getting new
I think he
content.
came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense. Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control. Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
I already apparently have some supplies on hand, but I can go up here and get more.
Saga bent down to inspect the body on the table. Somehow it felt familiar. The straps, the heart, the mutilated corpse laying on the rain-soaked wood. Like deja vu. She chased the source of the feeling. Found nothing. None of the victims from her past cases resembled this one. It
I
didn't
wonder
feel like
if I
anything
will
from the
find
past.
any additional...
Like
I wonder how the new
something
story
from a dream.
content manifests, if it's just
Like she
like
could barely remember.
additional manuscript
Maybe
pages
it
or
wasn't
additional
even hers.
cutscenes. I don't know.
Then the feeling passed.
I want to create a hard save file for
shadow
that
in the
one
trees
crazy music
shifting
video
with the
scene
wind.
so I can make a 4K HDR
Saga blinked.
upload of it.
Shook the feeling from her head. She turned her focus back on the work. There was a lot to do. Casey and the deputy were watching her. She had a feeling this would be an exciting case.
Hey, you want to know what I just did? I tapped the right,
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective.
He hates those cheesy crime books. But he really hates the movies.
As you can see, I already have, this one here. Now, obviously, the upgrades I got to the other guns aren't going to be significant until I actually collect the other guns. But, yeah. I still need to find all these lunchboxes, because I want to, get to the bottom of that case. That's one thing I was never able to do. So I was never able to talk to, Rosie, after she went into the dark place. I was never able to talk to Rosie after I found all the lunchboxes because she went to
Did
the
you know
dark
this
place.
entire area is inside a caldera? This whole mountain used to be an active volcano. Imagine the force it took to carve this crater out of the earth.
So, essentially, we're standing in the gaping maw of hell.
You got it. I used to love geology when I was in school. I helped Logan build a great baking soda volcano for her science fair.
Cheating on a science fair? That's almost a crime, Anderson.
I'm not gonna say no to quality time with a volcano. I mean, my daughter.
Alright. I'm already lost. Good job, me.
You made it back.
Good to see you still in one piece.
Barely.
Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination, ASAP.
Well, sure, but the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the Bookers at the Oh Deer Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thanks. Let's get the car. Talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Alright, heading back to town.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Ha.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
A lunchbox again. Who's leaving these out here?
If I can just find these things. Remember, there was that charm in that one house in, what do you call it, Riverdale? Or what? I can't remember the name of it. Riverdale. I'm an idiot. That other town that gave you the ability to see
Can't
more
fit the
stuff
clues
around
all
you
together yet.
on the map.
Heart removed, tripod,
Probably try to get that.
tracks leading to a dead end.
For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Well, apparently that key opens 2 doors. Alright.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Usually with anything that's like significant as far as solving the case, it'll indicate in the number of clues on the bottom left you can actually pick up from that specific scene as empty card slots. But that didn't happen there, so didn't really have to do that. It's just more like flavor text,
Here we are.
if that makes any sense.
Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Now our car is this car. I bet it's a rental, right? Probably. If they're from New York, they definitely flew here. They didn't drive.
I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
She's not going to be thrilled if it by the end. Oh, dear.
Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Yeah. Would be a nice little town if it weren't for all the empty stores.
The
And of
diner's
course
just
all
up
the
the waterfront.
murders.
Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee. So sleepy.
It's always helpful to collect maps from new areas as soon as possible, because it's like, hey, guess what? You, never know if you're gonna find, it's just a lot easier to get around. Okay, so like one thing about this is that there's always this point of interest right here that I could never find. Look at that. It seems like it should be right here. But it's not. Not sure why the game's allowing me to do that, but okay. It's like, look at that. Right behind me and to the right. I wonder if that's something I could just look up. What the deal with that is, because it's like, yeah, it's... I don't want to spend a bunch of time looking specifically at that thing. I want to, like, get to the room and, like, save it.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
You know, another thing is that there's that room in the back, the other end of this hotel, that I was never able to get into. It has a bunch of stuff in it, supposedly.
It's not opening.
This is the literal space where Mind Palace is. And the locked door leads to where you'd be able to save. Alright. That guy's dancing to nothing unless he's wearing headphones. Guy looks Amish for some reason. Okay, let's get to the diner. All this talk about how I want to do this faster, it sure doesn't look like it. I mean, like, the real benefit of that is going to be,
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie?
It's going to be like those sequences I got stuck in. Get a burger, that'd be nice.
Let me guess. The FBI.
Ah, this guy. We'll be seeing him a lot later, but not as her, though.
I got you both some
Well,
coffee.
once as her,
Oh,
but...
it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims go missing? Sure.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're
Yay.
not charging you. I just have a few questions.
No, you get
Nothing
your
to stress
food
about,
for free.
okay?
What?
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying.
The heck was that?
That's all.
That happened the first time?
The cult of the tree. What are the
I think
bookers
so.
telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth. So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
A necklace.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Hmm.
Told you not to keep that thing, Tammy.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any
Rosie.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear friends.
Oh, God. Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so she was like the first one, I guess, infected by the darkness that is convincing the entire town of some other alternate universe series of events.
She drowned. Your daughter.
She was the first one that brought that up.
Weird, you don't remember. How do you know I have a daughter? Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time. No. You're mistaking me for someone else. If you say so.
Good to see you.
This mug always cheers me up. We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
Weird thing to get excited about, but hey, you know what? Everyone's got to have something, right?
I need to know more about the Cult of the Tree if I'm going to shut them down.
Better be excited about the thing you do for a living than to dread it. Alright? Do what you love, find a way to get paid for. Isn't that the way to get rich?
Doesn't look right. Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message.
You know, I wonder if, like, the whole lunchbox situation would be easier if I just got, like, a map that showed where all these things are so I can round them up as quickly as possible. I don't know.
Yes.
Like, if I were to go to Water... that's the name of the town, Watery, and get that charm, that would be also effective. I don't know.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
And I found out that there were a lot of locks in this game you can actually just bust open with the screwdriver you get. Trying to remember where I got that screwdriver. Was that creepy fairground in Watery? I think it was. There's so many like sequences like that I'm gonna have to go through again. I want to go through them as quickly as possible too. Did I ever get anything for petting all these deers?
You remind me of a dream I had.
Did I ever pet all of them? I don't know.
A cult murdering a man is pretty extreme. Why didn't you tell the police what you saw?
We did. We told those two idiot deputies. They didn't listen. And they wanted to throw Ed and I in jail for that murder. You know, Bright Falls is just Alabama with bigger trees.
This is my case now, and no one is throwing you in jail. If you need anything else, just come to me.
Got it. Thank you.
The heck was that? Yeah, the camera just jerked.
Seen anything out of the ordinary in town lately? Suspicious people in deer masks?
No one's suspicious, but soon enough there'll be.
You see, this is the reason why I tried to find Rosie here. And then when I was trying to find her in the first stream series. It's because she works here. Apparently she also works at the retirement home.
We all know each other around here. It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces.
Oh, Saga, if only you knew. That's the thing, she doesn't. I know, but she doesn't.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go. Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The Cult of the Tree.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Have you heard of this Cult of the Tree, Sheriff?
You know that avocado toast is just toast with avocado on it, right?
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
I hear kitty cat.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's Best not to take it personally.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
This actually leads to the first combat
Anything you need,
situation.
just, let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
Have a nice day.
You know me, my tendency of poking around at nonsense.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Yep. Just here to pay my ticket. Whenever you're ready to take my money.
If I can grab some additional ammo, that would also be
So we share a
nice.
morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
It's good to know this basement is always dark and dimly lit.
I can't say I feel the same.
He's joking.
I don't think he is. I think he's 100% serious. Just saying, I don't... Okay, what the heck? Ah.
Okay. Let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death? What other clues can the body give me? There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Or try to, anyway.
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest. Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. Chest wound is cause of death. But the
You
cause is
think?
blocked. Waterlogged. Doesn't add up. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
Well, if they didn't, then the real question is who did? Aren't you supposed to be wearing, like, gloves when you're examining evidence?
Same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant.
Oh yeah, I'm remembering more of the, like the, first overlap area. Crap. It's gonna be a pain. I'm going faster, though, for the record. I feel like it took me a lot longer than an hour to get to this point in the first playthrough. Brief flash of Mr. Dorr. Sheriff is gone. We'll find out more about Mr. Dorr in the second playthrough. Now, some parts of this game I won't really be able to speed up, like these cutscenes. I could skip them, but well, I mean, what's the point then? Also, there's no way of knowing without looking up whether a cutscene is going to introduce something new.
He's coming. No weapon. Paige said to get into the light. He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Gotta move. Now. Vanished.
I got through the end of chapter in 1 hour, basically. The end of the first chapter.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
Sorry, but it looked
We
like
need to
Alex
figure that
Casey
out
was
before we do
recovering
anything
from a
about it.
hangover, not in
Somehow
shock
we need
over
to
what
make
just
sense of
happened.
this. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal, their purpose.
You know, I suspect part of the awkwardness in the dialogue of this Alex Casey's fact that he is portrayed, he's voiced by one actor and modeled after another.
Back at Cauldron Lake, Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
I mean, he is a spitting figure in both image and sound of Max Payne. But Max Payne's voice is not played by the same character per actor from which she is modeled based on. That's Sam Lake, one of the executives at Remedy. One of the creative executives, I'm not sure, but yeah. And the voice actor for Max Payne and Alex Casey passed away, like, fairly recently.
The autopsy room was a mess, like a bomb had gone off. Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her under the light, pushed past her. The Taken could not see into bright light. The light hurt them, hurt the darkness in them, made them vulnerable.
Calling them the Taken makes me think of Destiny, with its
Lights
Taken.
are off, but somebody's home. Hemingway brought you here, witch. Get out of my house, Nightingale shouted. A wave of terror crashed through Saga's head. The awful truth. Nightingale had no heart in his chest, but here he was, killing a monster. The world had lurched out of balance. You found yourself trapped on the far side of the mirror.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
Doesn't make sense.
Think you have to do some profiling here? No, doesn't look like it.
The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
You know, I still haven't picked up a flashlight yet.
We heard gunshots. You all okay? Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
Also, this deputy's dead. Is that shotgun ammo I picked up? Nope.
Crazy talk. Monsters aren't real and
Can't open this with my bare hands.
magic's not real. Monsters aren't real.
Did I ever find out where you're supposed to put that charm? I can't remember.
Terrifying hair.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. If only had a tour guide also. Spare season. All in all, a bear. Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh, wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee.
What exactly are you taking a tour of?
Magazine, and I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Janko. Many local attractions have recently become
Pretty sure I have
controlled by
watched
the
this
government.
already.
And that's why at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours we say, fuck the government. We have both
For a price.
Hiking through the scenic Elwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
The tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
9% discount. Ooh, wow. Can't wait to take advantage of those savings. Yeah. I know it seems like it's a little too early in the game to be looking around for ammo and other supplies, but
My client has been held here long enough.
excuse me, that's what I'm doing.
It won't open.
That's where the shotgun I want is, but I can't get into it because that door is locked. Can't remember what part in the game I can do that, but yeah, obviously we're not there yet. Is there anything else I can grab whilst I am here? I can grab this map of the station. Okay. Guess that's worth something.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, KC?
They never got back up, by the way. Unless you count like the Federal Bureau of Control.
Whoever you can spare. ASAP.
I don't think calling them a sap is actually going to get them to come any sooner.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead. I'm gonna take a quick look around. Meet you back.
Yeah, look at this. This, yeah, it even says screwdriver right there, which I don't have. Took me way too long to figure that out when playing this game.
I need something to cut this.
Oh, yeah, I needed the bolt cutters, and I got that from, the overlap where I rescued Thor? Got the yawns today, crap.
Did you check out the town, Anderson?
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
Waiting on you.
Yep, always waiting on me. Yeah.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out.
Now, when do I get the flashlight?
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago.
Do you now?
He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective.
Writing a book on the writer?
Books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Don't think there's gonna be a next time, but you never know. Look at this van here.
The page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here.
That mountain.
A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case.
Here we are, back at Cauldron Lake. I feel like when I played this game the first time around, I had finished my first stream here. Instead, I'm actually in the middle of it. Does that mean I'm going to get through this game twice as fast? Maybe.
What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
You're not even seeing part of the picture yet. Well, okay, you are seeing part of the picture, but not a big part.
Hello there. How are you folks doing?
Hello. Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on important government business. Fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
He's on that one of those two tour
How did you hear
guides.
about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous sweater, Saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Pulla, Karjalanpiirre.
Close.
Finland is the home of the Poets of the Fall, the almost in-house band of
The sweater's just
Remedy.
something to remember her by.
Well, I guess.
Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can gnaw right through a garbage can.
Great.
Well, I need to get back to it.
And by get back to it, I mean I'm going to snoop around here. Yeah, this definitely looks like equipment from the department, the Federal Bureau of Control. Everything is retro, nothing is new. Alright.
Just say the word.
Thanks, but I don't drink coffee.
We brew our own beer, too.
Let's get to the murder site, Casey.
Yeah, do they sell beer at Coffee World? Do they have Beer World?
A lot of things about this case keep bothering me. But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
Okay, what the heck?
Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve.
Not the, you don't normally solve the vanishing into thin air in front of your own eyes kind of disappearance? I mean, it seems like it's the easiest one to solve. He disappeared into thin air. Boom, gone. What more you want from me? I'm going on break.
Our crime scene's drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
Okay, she already
Looks
had a
like Nightingale.
flashlight.
But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
We've seen this symbol before.
So did I.
Okay, so like this thing right here is the thing that stayed behind right to the very end of the game when I played through the first time, and I don't understand why. Because it's like, oh. Maybe if I head over to the exact spot where that is now, I might be able to find something. Look.
Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case?
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
Alright, yeah. I found the thing I was missing. It was right there. It's just I couldn't access it later.
After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else. Monsters, overlaps, rituals. What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved.
I already heard this dialogue when I was in the Mind Palace.
Dead men coming alive. The word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around. Learn what this ritual is.
Well, I mean, at the very least, I found that last thing of investigation that I was supposed to find, so that's good. You have fun sitting in a puddle, I guess. I don't know why you're doing that, but whatever. I think it might be better if I just try to find all the lunchboxes in one go. Preferably once I either have access to the entire map, or like maybe once I have the thing that helps locate stuff. See, I'm following these footprints. I think before I went in the direction of that light, because that's what that's what Alan Wake 1 taught me. But now I'm actually, and I somehow stumbled upon the correct area, but now I'm actually following what the game wants me to do. Interesting, when you follow directions, it tends to be good.
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go from here? I can feel something. A presence. Nightingale isn't far. I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
The tree was a threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold. Like a doorway. Leading to Nightingale.
Caldera Street Station. That's from the Nightmare version of New York City where Wake is trapped, isn't it? Dark World? Wasn't that the name of it? Obviously, with the area flooded like it is, there's a limited amount of exploring I can actually do. I think the game wants me to head back to that sign, so I'll do that. It'd be helpful if I was going in the right direction, of course. Now, this area wasn't flooded before.
What is that? Seems like it's reacting to the light. My flashlight burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
I assume that there were pages I missed in Return 1. Well, a little surprising it didn't have them pop up from the first place. Did I find the, all the, what do you call it, the manuscript pages in my first playthrough? I don't think I did. I know I never found them in my playthrough of Alan Wake 1. I did find them in American Nightmare, though. Probably because most forced repeated playthroughs of the same sequence made it easier for me to do. Ah, crap. It's actually really difficult to find your way around in this environment.
This is the witch's hut.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Following up on a lead. Keep checking in.
Roger.
The fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn on the lights. The page described the hut being lit and mentioned a fuse.
For the record, I do not remember where I found the fuse to this thing. I came from there. I'm gonna go over here.
This fuse is busted.
I think I may have found it over here somewhere.
This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though.
Can you call it littering if it's in a box like that? I don't know if you can. I don't know if that's right. Okay, so another question I'm gonna eventually have to figure out an answer to is like those, what do you call it? Those, poetry, those nursery rhymes. Am I gonna do those again? If I do, I probably will wait till I collect all the dolls, but I don't know. I did get all of them. Wouldn't I benefit from the increased number of charms? Charm slots? Yeah, of course I might be able to get another one. If I could have 5 charms on it, and that might be helpful. Oh, crap. Sorry, the fuse box is on the outside. Because, you know, in buildings, that's where you put fuse boxes, right? It's on the outside of it, not the inside. I don't know.
Another page. Making progress.
Look, I have all this stuff in my shoebox here.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
There we go.
Yup. Already got the answers to these.
I'm not doing any of this, by the way. She's doing all this all for me.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual. Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue. Where is it now? To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then push the heart through the hole in the sign.
Witch's ladle, towering over Saga, watching her and the witch. The image of the witch in the sign. Nightingale's heart, a cold, dead lump in her hand. Her definition of sanity had changed since she arrived in this town. But she trusted the pages. Was forced to. Saga addressed the witch. She squinted to read the first part of the ritual words. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. The words she had read on the page. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign. This was the key. The tree was the threshold.
I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Where is it?
I know where it is. It's in that old general store.
Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more. Nightingale's heart. Where is it?
While they played cards in the general store, the witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge.
All
I need
right.
to check the general store for the heart. Casey, I'm headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
I've only been lost once in my life, Anderson. The years I spent with my ex-wife. I'll find
Because you know a guy like this has an ex-wife. How can he not? All right, so like what do we want here? All right. This certainly seems useful. I'll take that. Finding resources seems important.
Nightingale mentioned the general store. I need to check it out.
Looks like I have my stuff here. Oh, I have one of these things on hand just in case. I could have sworn that I had a bunch of these things. Saves you from death, but shatters in the process. Didn't I have one of these things equipped and it didn't work? I don't know. I'm not going to waste an inventory spot on them just in case. And this thing is not all that useful. I prefer the pump action shotgun. Also, I'm going to do a quick save here. I mean, I saved this one specifically so I could go back to that one area, so I'll just overwrite this one. Make it easier for myself. And I'll save that third one for that one sequence I already mentioned. Alright. I don't think that's going to be an issue for me. So I'm just going through and quick slotting this stuff here. I don't have any healing items yet. But do have the thing that marks points of interest as well as the thing that gives me an increased quantity in resources, quality and quantity resources found. And I'll charge my flashlight. And of course, I'm always wanting more health. By the way, I'm actually pretty low on health for some reason. Hey, look what the moron tried to do. I hit the right thumb. I hit the right analog stick, pressing it down, hoping a breadcrumb trail will lead me to where I'm supposed to go. Because even though I've only did 9 streams of Dead Space, apparently it's enough to affect my ability to play this game. It's pretty bad. Those flares were single-use items that did not need like a flare gun. Now the ones that Alan Wake wields do, but that's not this. This is where you find the sawed-off shotgun. I remember this door being here. It's annoying. Oh dear. Interesting, it says the mine place is currently unavailable, and that includes the map for some reason.
Occultist. A monster. Like Nightingale. The text on the heart is clearer now. Legible. Sounds literary, but what does it mean? I feel like I recognize this. The fridge. The heart. I knew it would be here. Like I saw it in a dream.
Or a previous playthrough.
And now I need to give the heart to the witch. Makes total sense.
Saga edged toward the broken door, her gun ready, flashlight aimed ahead. Nightingale said it would be here. The Cauldron Lake General Store was overgrown, left to rot. Saga thought about the cult of the tree. They had been here, waiting, planning a gruesome ritual murder. Meanwhile, they played cards in the general store, like it was just another late-night poker game. Saga stepped closer to the door. Had the animal broken it? There was a loud crash. Saga found herself face to face with a cultist, a hulking figure in a raincoat. We watch in the night, wild eyes behind a plastic deer mask, an axe in his raised hand.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Found the heart in the fridge. Just like the page said I would.
Alright, well, Guess I'll look around for some supplies here. The shotgun isn't there because I already have it. Makes sense. Alright. Is there anything else I can find here? Doesn't look like it. Apparently there's something to investigate here, though. It's the card game they're talking about. The heck am I looking for? The cultists. Is it like above me? No, it's not. I have no idea. Seems unlikely that I would have missed anything, but oh well. I'm gonna head on out.
Casey, there are cultists in the area. They're taken, like Nightingale. Watch yourself out there.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I'm still finding my way back.
You have the worst sense of direction.
Any city in America I can get through drunk and blindfolded. It's these damn trees.
Okay. I'm en route to Witch's Ladle. I need to perform a ritual to open the overlap. This case just keeps getting weirder. But it is exciting.
Apparently I already have shotgun ammo, but no ammo for anything else. No, I do have some. Just not much. Alright. Alright, so it is highlighting stuff that's nearby. It's good to know. which is ladles that way. I head over here to where this thing is. I can find it, that is. Ah. I can't seem to find anything. Right, here it is.
A creepy twig sculpture? Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing. A locked box. Is that the cult of the tree symbol on it?
Take the chicken out of the fridge. Take nap. So sink, fridge, couch. Look for these symbols. Got it. Alright. Actually, yeah. Maybe it's a bathroom sink.
Rest easy, buddy.
I can find the bathroom, that is. It's like a diagonal bow tie, it looks like. Fridge is the hourglass. And then left and right. Okay, I'm getting stuck on the game's geometry. Chicken out of the fridge is the hourglass. All right. There we go.
Notes and ammo. Looks like they're tools of the trade.
Alright. I don't think there's anything else in here. It's not going to stop me from looking, of course. Crap. Head towards this one thing down here, if I can. That's it? Alright. Was hoping there'd be, like, ammo or something, but no. This little area for whatever it is, there's nothing here. Actually, I think I'm going to head back to the witch's hut here and save it. I'm pretty close to my 2-hour mark. Ah, crap. And yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it for me today, folks. But before I go, I want to take a moment to thank you for watching. I appreciate when people take time out of their day to watch my streams, whether it be live or even in archive form. Just a quick reminder, I normally do a stream like this almost every day, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time from Wednesday through Sunday. So my plan is, I'll be back here tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to stick this dead guy's heart into this sign as a witch on it and go into this overlap. And yeah, until then,